In the shadow of the moon, the city was cloaked in an eerie silence, save for the occasional rustle of wind through the towering skyscrapers. Beneath that silence, however, there was movement. A figure, cloaked in the dark fabric of a ninja's attire, slipped silently across rooftops, blending with the night. His movements were fluid, deliberate, the precision of years of training evident in each step. This was no ordinary assassin, he was the Kung Fu Kid, a master of martial arts, sent on a mission that would alter the balance of power. The mission had been clear: infiltrate the enemy's lair, find the high-ranking government official. Kung Fu Kid, a former disciple of the Shaolin Temple, had been raised not just in the discipline of martial arts but in a code of honor that demanded justice above all. Tonight, the kid had come to collect. As the kid approached the government compound, the sprawling complex was guarded by a ring of allied soldiers. But the kid had anticipated this. His mind, sharper than a blade, had already mapped out every guard's movement. Each guard had a set routine, a moment of weakness, a hesitation. He moved with the grace of a shadow, each step calculated, avoiding the gaze of sentries and of the courtyard. The security system that protected General Liu's quarters was state-of-the-art, but the Kung Fu Kid was no stranger to technology. His training had included the study of every modern device and system, ensuring that no security measure, no matter how sophisticated, could trap him. With practiced hands, he disabled the alarms and slipped through the vents of the complex, soundly making his way toward his target's inner sanctum. Inside, the halls were dimly lit, the walls lined with intricate artwork and tapestries. The kid's footsteps were soundless on the marble floors as he navigated the corridors. Every sense was heightened, his ears attuned to the faintest of sounds, his eyes sharp as a hawk's, his mind locked on the task at hand. As he neared General Liu's private chambers, the tension in his body heightened. He could feel the weight of the mission pressing on him, but there was no hesitation. The kid had been trained for this very moment. The Kung Fu Kid slipped through the shadows of the compound with the precision of a master, retracing his steps with ease. The mission had been swift, clean, everything he had trained for had led to this moment. The clang of metal and the murmur of distant voices faded behind him as he navigated the darkened corridors, his men already beginning to process what had just occurred. It was a routine he knew well: execute the mission, erase all evidence, and vanish without a trace. No one could know the truth, not yet, anyway. As he reached the outer courtyard, the kid paused, blending once more into the darkness. The protect had already been taken. The kid moved with fluidity, his form barely perceptible against the backdrop of night, crossing the final stretch between the complex and the exit. His thoughts, sharp and clear, drifted back to the face of General Liu, cold, calculating, and ruthless. The official had never shown an ounce of remorse for his deeds, and yet he had fallen victim